Hello, I'm Jeff Gold, and thank you so much for joining us on this Maverick Minute. Today I have a very special guest, Mr. David Mata. David is a junior here at UNO, and he's an economics major in the College of Business. David, thank you so much for being with us today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
You know, there are a lot of things we could talk about today. We could talk about being an economics major. We could talk about the exciting plans for the College of Business expansion. But I really want to talk about your experiences here as a first-generation student. Now, I understand you grew up in North Platte, is that right?
Yep, that's correct.
And you are a first-generation student, right?
Correct.
So talk to me a little bit about, in our audience, about your experiences. Think back to your freshman year,
Yeah.
you know, 146 years ago, right, or something like that. What was that like? What were you thinking when you first came to campus? And what were those experiences like for you?
Yeah, there was a lot going on. First off, I didn't know UNO was really a college. Well, I only thought of Nebraska as the large university in the state, and then I came on a visit, and I was like, why aren't people talking about this school? It's super nice. It's large and small at the same time. The classrooms are small. So just finding UNO is in my opinion, it's a great place for a first-generation student because it's big enough and small enough at the same time.
And when you joined us on campus, did you feel welcome? Was it a big transition coming from North Platte to the greater Omaha area?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be part of a program called the Scholars Academy.
Yeah.
So my first day, I was actually paired up with 19 other students, and we took 2 courses together. So right off the bat, I had people that I could talk to or hang out with, which was really important. When you go to a new place, new environment, I feel like you want to feel welcomed or feel like you belong, and that definitely set the precedent right away.
And it's not just what happens in the classroom, of course, that makes the difference.
Yeah, outside of the classroom, that's a big thing. As part of the college experience is definitely being able to enjoy the classroom, the material, what you're learning, of course, but also the stuff outside.
So what else did the Scholars Academy do besides pair you up with 19 other young women and young men?
No, it's a great program. We have business mentors that kind of show us the ropes of their profession or just interview process. Any questions we have, they'll answer. We have company visits, so we can go check out different.
Yeah, tell me about one of them, just as an example.
We went down to Dundee Bank, and they kind of showed us what we did, the environment, just their type of culture, and then you go to other businesses and compare to that culture, and you get to see what you like and what you don't like in a company.
So it's sort of like creating a menu of choices, a menu of opportunities.
Yep. All those connections, the networking is big, so it's a great program.
And what has it been like living in the Omaha area? You know, I've had many visits to the North Platte area, which is a wonderful city, and indeed, as you may know, we've just started an academic program there in nursing, which to help support their hospital. But talk to me a little bit about that transition.
I love Omaha. My parents, they think that it's too big, but honestly, Omaha is a bunch of separate little cities within it. UNO campus itself.
So it's like a city within a city.
Yep, I lived on Dodge campus my first year, second year. I was an RA on Dodge campus. That was fun. Able to meet a lot of people. And now this year I live in Ralston with some friends, and I enjoy it. I was able to experience all 3.
So, you know, I can think back. It's harder for me to remember because I was also a first-generation student, actually. One parent graduated from high school, the other actually didn't, unfortunately. But they always valued education. They thought it was a really important thing to help my brother and I as we were growing up. But when I went to college, I had a bunch of concerns. First of all, I'd never really been away from home for a long period of time, and I really didn't have an understanding of what a college experience was like. And I just wondered whether you had any of those thoughts as well.
No, I kind of going into it, I didn't really know. I mean, you see stuff off movies or reading books, but you kind of you dive in, and then you got to react, and you got to surround yourself with the right people. And I think
Always the true in life, don't you think?
Yep. And then I was lucky enough to have structure and the right people around me to guide me with any questions I had.
And so did that include faculty? Did that include advisors and those types of people?
Yep, definitely faculty, advisors, and I think just my peers in general. If they've had a year under their belt or 2 years, and they were just able to answer any questions I had.
Well, that's really exciting. You know, I want to congratulate you on all of your success. I'm sure that you'll be a really proud alumni of UNO as you continue in your career, and just tell all your friends and colleagues and others back in North Platte that Omaha is a great place to continue their studies. Well, thanks for being with us today. Really appreciate it. And thank you for being with us today on this Maverick Minute.